Alright, so Driving Empire has got some problems. Now, this isn't going to be me trying to be negative to Driving Empire. I want to give some, like, points to try and hopefully help solve these problems. So one of the problems Driving Empire has, which is a big one, and I kind of do complain a little bit, is optimization for the game. Now, hello sir. Now, I do know that Driving Empire is going to use the new Roblox feature for optimization when they have the new map, which I don't think the new feature is out publicly yet, which is probably one of the reasons why the map isn't out yet, but I'm not here to complain about the map or whatever. But with this new optimization feature, it will help optimization, but I don't think it would solve everything. So, the game, when like, at the moment, it's completely fine. If I go to my FPS here, you can see I have decent FPS. My game can run. Obviously, map isn't good. Look at what the... Anyway, the map isn't good looking, but my game is running at over 100 FPS normally. But when a lot of people get in your server and they all spawn cars next to each other, they all do like a car meet, the game doesn't do that well because you've got tons of cars next to each other. Now, I was playing some big games like Forza and The Crew, and I noticed they did something very different. So I was playing Forza, and my game run better than Driving Empire, even when I was like near a lot of people. Like I was near a bunch of people and the game ran a lot better. Obviously Forza has much better optimization because it's off Roblox, but what they did with cars is they didn't load the interiors for every single one of them. So I just saw this guy drive past. So my interiors like loaded in, that's fine. But if I go to this guy, I can actually get like a camera view. His interior, as you can kind of see in... Why is this guy driving so weird? Anyway, his interior... Whatever. His interior is loaded in, and that is the same for every single other car in the server you're in. And I think it would be a good setting, because I know the detail in interiors is like decent, because you don't really need to see other people's interiors loaded in. Like, it just doesn't need to happen. Same with, I guess, engine bays. Like, say so many people have Conan's eggs, or because like they have detailed engines. When it's closed, maybe you just don't need to have this loaded on, at least on other people's cars. And like, I think that could be a good setting to put in graphics, because at the moment in here, they have rendering quality, asset quality, in-game shadows, enhanced graphics, vehicle render distance, and maximum vehicles rendered. But none of this actually does really much, other than the vehicles rendered and the, like, other than these two. But this just turns shadows off. It doesn't improve FPS really. At least I haven't noticed. Enhanced graphics, that just makes the game a little bit brighter. Doesn't do much. And then obviously the rendering quality and asset quality does nothing. So having a setting where you could disable interiors for other cars or engine bays kind of like for other cars, I think it would help with FPS a lot. That is just one of the problems. Another problem is the game is dead at the moment in terms of playability. The only things you could do in Driving Empire at the moment is race, car meets. There's not really much going on in Driving Empire, and I know that they have said that they're going to add things to make the game interesting and stuff like that. But until those things actually get added, I can't really know what they're going to do to actually make it better. Because they could say they're going to make it better, and then we'd have to wait like, I don't know, 4 months. And then something might not even happen in those 4 months. So it really depends on how fast they act. If Driving Empire just keeps up adding cars, I don't think players are actually going to enjoy the game as much. Obviously, if they added Lamborghini, people would like not complain for a while. But if they carry on adding just like simple brands, which are fine, but then nothing else, I don't think the game is going to be much fun really, because there's just grinding, car meets, owning houses, and there's not really much else in terms of playability. There's no kinds of jobs, which makes it a little bit interesting. There's no kind of fun quests. There's no kind of just other things in general. There's loads of things you could probably think of. Some people might even put stuff in the comments if you really want to. But I do think what they do need to have is something to spice the game up instead of just brands. And then kind of one of my last problems is the driving chassis. The chassis to me has just changed too much, and personally, if I didn't really make videos and stuff like that, I don't think I'd be enjoying Driving Empire driving really much. Like, it's really nice, like the cars are nice, whatever, but cars are way too arcadey now. Like, I feel like when we have a revamp, like technically, you know, because it's new map, revamp, whatever you want to call it, I think we need a revamp of the chassis in that update. A whole thing of cars, like every single car gets a chassis change, gets chassis like redo kind of thing, just to balance it out. Because this Jesko here, right? This car goes 380 miles per hour, 412 with boost. Now, I don't know about you, no car does that in real life. Not a single car in real life goes 400 miles per hour, unless you're counting one of the cars where they actually have rocket engines strapped to them. I kinda get the devil because it's been said, oh, this is gonna do this, produce this many horsepower, and it's gonna go this quick. It's not tested. Devil's extent I kinda get, I don't like it. But the Jesko, like, obviously this is a game, so it's not gonna be one-to-one. I think this is just way too much. Like, this should be the speed of the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, not the regular Jesko. Like, I can't imagine what the Jesko Absolute would be when it gets added to the game. Like, I can't imagine what speed it goes. It would probably go like 460 miles per hour, which just isn't realistic. And like Driving Empire before, they wanted to make the most like realistic Roblox driving game, and the only bit about the game right now that they have licensed models. So like I said, this is not trying to like hate on Driving Empire, but I do think they need to have a whole revamp on the licensed chassis and stuff like that. Or just chassis in general, not just licensed. Just a revamp on the chassis to make it more realistic, because a car shouldn't be able to go like crazy quick and be able to turn at the same time. Like, I do get this has got crazy error on it, but I'm going like 100 miles per hour and I'm being able to turn basically fine. And another thing to do with the speed kind of thing is that the speed just doesn't make sense, really. Like, if I go, say, 50 miles per hour here, right? In real life, 60 miles per hour is quick. 60 miles per hour is quick. And in-game, I don't know about you, but this just feels like I'm going 20 miles per hour or something like that. This isn't... Just the speed concept or the speed in-game is not realistic at all. Like that says 45 miles per hour. If I actually went 45 miles per hour, this is what it is. If I went 10 miles per hour, this is 15, but this is what 10 miles per hour is. It's just not... It's not normal. So when they have the revamp of the chassis, or hopefully have a revamp of a chassis, and if they just changed it up, I think the game would just be a lot better, because like it shouldn't go this quick. It just shouldn't. Now my last thing, to be honest, isn't really too much of a complaint of such, to be honest, but I do think if they were going to have a revamp of the chassis, I think they would be able to make cars a little bit cheaper. The F1, I kind of do get, it's an old car, this shouldn't change really price, whatever, but things like the Jesko, 60 million still does take a while to grind, and if they were going to obviously nerf it, have a rebalance, revamp and stuff like that, I think they would probably need to make it cheaper. The same car in Forza goes around 300 miles per hour, and that's like basically semi-realistic, and in Forza it costs like 4 million, 3 million, I think, maybe 5. It's basically nothing. So I do think it would be just nice to, when we have the revamped map, we have a revamp of the game. Not really much as like UI, because like I've said this multiple times, UI is like known for Driving Empire right now. If you showed like the inventory to someone, they would know Driving Empire. If you showed the teleport, they know Driving Empire. The store is like obviously different. I think this is fine, like this makes sense, but like everything else it should stay really as it is. If they were going to change the UI, maybe make it more modern-ish, kind of. I don't know how they would do that, but like, I don't think they should change the UI dramatically, really. Like, I just don't think it needs to be done. But like I said at the start of the video, this isn't me trying to hate on Driving Empire. I still do love the game, but it's because I do love the game that I want these things to change, and that's why I actually really care about like these, like, some people will think they're little things, but to be honest, to me it's just not nice. Like, I remember old Driving Empire, I got around basically the same FPS, and I could see all the way into the city, and the road didn't look like that. The road actually was loaded in, and I could see over there. Same with anywhere I looked, and it didn't look like that. Now, I am really hoping that the new optimization feature, when they do have it, actually does help the game. But that is, for now, we don't know anything about that, so can't really say much about that. But I do hope, Driving Empire devs, if you're watching this is not trying to hate, like I've said. I want to just help or try and get the game better than it is, just to improve it and stuff like that, because I do want the game to, you know, carry on growing and stuff like that. It definitely can. That's about it. If you do have any complaints, and actually complaints and then some like actual reasoning behind it, so like complaints but then things that could help solve it, I think that would be good, because complaining about things and then not actually have anything behind it is kind of useless. So if you do have anything like that, put that in the comments. I'll read through some, and like I'll read and find stuff, and if there's actually like a one that stands out, I might actually send it to a dev, but I'll see actually if there is anything like that. But I do hope Driving Empire improves in the future in a lot of things, but that's about it. Tell me what you want Driving Empire to improve in, and you know, all that. Have a good day.